Hey, sister.
Fuck, man.
Some sister shit happening behind the scenes.
Seriously. Some life shit happening behind the scenes. I feel like I'm going to be a little unhinged today, so bear with me.
Let's go. Our last episode of 2024, and it's just the two of us, just like how we started.
Oh, you don't have your hoop in on your right ear. Just switch it out. Exactly. No, switch it out. Put it on your right ear.
He's so unhinged today. I'm taking them both. I'm taking it out. I'm putting it on the floor. Fuck this hoop.
You're going to lose it.
No,
you won't.
I don't even like that hoop that much anyways. It came in the mail the other day and I was really over it from the moment I saw it.
Speaking of, I need to return some Black Friday stuff.
I just did that the other day. I think I was a little late. I did that whole, you wait until just the last moment to get that adrenaline rush of, am I going to be on time or not?
The best part about shopping at this time of year is that, like, you can't really be late unless you go after the new year because they extend return times.
I didn't know that.
At this time of year.
Perfect.
So, like, anything you buy from, like, November 2nd on or November 3rd.
Oh my God, I'm smooth sailing.
Yeah, because they're trying to account for gift giving. So if someone buys you something on November 3rd or even, like, November 15th or 20th.
Well, that's nice of them.
And you get it on Christmas, you can't return it, you know? Everyone should know that, okay? If you have some returns, go return them. Girl math, make your money back.
Yeah. Don't be a procrastinator like me.
Carly FaceTimed me today and I opened the FaceTime and she goes, damn, you look busted.
I didn't say that. I said you look beat.
You look beat. And so I just want to say I'm sorry to anyone watching this. I'm just kidding.
No, you glammed it up for a little bit.
Okay.
Since then.
Yeah, just a little bit.
Your hair looked crazy back then and now it's normal.
What did you say? I looked beat?
Yeah, sorry. I looked beat too. So that made it fair. We were on an even playing field. Well, anyways, our last episode of 2024. And we're just going to end it how we started it. Just us two.
Listen, it's a wrap up.
Time to reflect on some stuff.
Yeah. And it's been a really full year for both of us. And so we just wanted to take a little bit of time today to reflect on some things that we feel like we've learned this year. Some things that we feel like we're in the process of learning and kind of are going to bring into this next year as intentions and goals. And
we're going to keep it short, sweet, simple, and just, sit in gratitude for the fact that you guys have walked through this year with us, which is crazy.
Been almost a year together.
Yeah. Nice.
It's been almost a year of spending Thursdays together.
Yeah.
So any hoodles, poodles, should we get started?
Yes, we should. Take it away.
Okay. If you follow me on social media, you definitely have seen me talk about this a little bit. And actually, I had a close girlfriend today text me about the meditation music that I use on Spotify. I think it's like I said on Instagram, I think it's binaural beats or whatever, or it's supposed to be like for your nervous system actually kind of activate things.
It does its job.
Yeah, I really like it. But I, in the middle of this year, kind of hit a low mental health wise. And, I remember going to I remember it was just a couple months ago, but I went to my therapist and she shared with me that she felt like I was spiritually depleted is kind of how she put it. And I had this gut feeling that quiet time and meditation was something that was a non-negotiable at that point to center myself in the morning before I started my day. And so in July, I started meditating in the morning and I started with 12 minutes and I could barely get through the 12 minutes. And now I go for 30 or 45 minutes and I crave it and enjoy it. Very similar to, I'm not in this routine right now, but I feel like when you exercise regularly, you crave exercise.
Yeah.
I don't do that right now.
I know.
But meditation, I do crave. Like if I'm having a hard day, I'm like, I can't wait to get home and just sit in some silence and put on my music and like breathe it out. So that's something that I cultivated this year that I intend to hopefully bring with me in every year after this because it has very much so been a game changer for me.
I think meditation is so hard for a lot of people and it's a hard thing for people to motivate themselves to do. Well, but you're right. It's like over time, after you start to realize how good it feels and what it does for you when you kind of break through the threshold of annoyance and discomfort.
Yeah.
There's it's kind of like yoga too.
Yeah.
Yoga, when you're first starting, feels so awkward.
Yeah.
And uncomfortable and even painful in a lot of ways. And then
Yeah.
there's this kind of threshold you break through when you start to really understand how nourishing it feels for your body. And then you start to crave it. It's so similar.
Yeah, I think really quickly, the point of my meditation is not to really quiet my mind as much as just to take advantage of a quiet moment, because my life is so stimulated and busy and here, there, and everywhere. So I don't, I was telling Bella today, like, it's not really about quieting my mind as much as it's just finding joy in figuring out where I'm at mentally and taking that time aside to get quiet with myself and see where my head's at.
Yeah.
So
I know something that I'm working on right now is I've been noticing myself really for the first time in my life avoiding my thoughts. And it's the first time I've really experienced an addiction feeling to being stimulated, being overstimulated. Like I'll want to think about nothing, so I'll turn on the TV, but then I can't even focus on the TV, so I'll look at my phone. It's the craziest thing going on within me. I've never experienced this before in my life. I've always been somebody who has a pretty good balance with being on my phone.
Yeah, you are.
And on technology, and I've found it pretty easy in the past to just delete social media off of my phone and not be on it, because it truly feels like a cleanse to me. It feels good. I don't have FOMO. I'm like completely fine with not knowing what's going on with the internet.
Yeah.
And it's not even like that has shifted. I still feel that way, but I just, for some reason, I think because my work life has gotten so crazy this year that I'm so used to thinking of a million things.
Yeah.
That it's like you kind of get an addiction to that.
Yeah.
So then in the moments where you don't need to be doing that, it's like your body's almost kind of chasing that, and really learning how to let go of being so tightly wound and just experience the moment. That's why today I was trying to read.
Yeah.
Because I was like, all I do is stare at a computer screen or then stare at a phone screen, which my email and everything is on.
Yeah.
And I just feel like I'm throwing my life away. I hate it so much. And I want to get back into doing things that feel like they build my character and my like intelligence and capacity, I guess.
Yeah.
Instead of shrinking it. Because I feel like so many of the things I do are just shrinking me.
Same. What's something you've learned?
Something I've practiced a lot this year, and I think I'm getting much better at, is instigating hard conversations instead of avoiding uncomfortable moments with people. But further than that, not just instigating a hard conversation, but I've really been practicing my approach to hard conversations, because I feel like so much of the problem of conflict and conflict resolution is how aggressive people come at things, and how the way that you come at something has such a huge effect on how somebody else is going to be able to or not able to receive what you're saying. And if you really want there to be resolution to your issues, you have to understand that the other person has to be able to hear you first.
Yeah.
So I feel like that's something that has played a big role in my life this year, has been figuring out when is the right time to have a hard conversation. Like, when do I feel capable of it? When have I gathered my thoughts? When am I not so emotionally charged that I won't be able to have patience or be kind?
Yeah.
And then also my delivery really matters, because I genuinely do want there to be resolution at the end of challenging dialogue, challenging dynamics. Like, I don't want there just to be conflict and no resolution.
Yeah.
So it's definitely a practice, and it served me really well this year. It served my relationships well, but I definitely, obviously, I'm kind of just starting on that journey. So there's plenty of areas where I haven't even scratched the surface yet.
Yeah. This is something that I've kind of come to in therapy and examining my own tendencies. I've come to understand that I'll have a hard time trusting people and their word and their intention until I'm fully honest in my word, kind of. And what I mean by that is like expressing my needs instead of suppressing them, or my feelings instead of suppressing them. Because when I do that, I then assume that other people are also doing that and they're not being honest with me in a moment when I'm like, it's hard to really think of a specific example, but I think that I've come to understand that I have like trust and fear issues with people, and if they're being honest with me, but that kind of comes from a projection of me not fully being honest with other people in moments about how I'm feeling, and me coming to understand that until I completely step into being comfortable with having needs and having feelings and having emotions and expressing those things to people when they ask me, I'll have a hard time trusting that anyone else is being honest with me in their word too, because I know that I am being potentially dishonest with other people about like even and I more so mean this in the way of being like, no, everything's fine. I'm fine. I don't need anything, even though I'm like, well, I do, and I'm this and I'm that, you know? So that's been something that I've come to that's been a really helpful realization for me, because the ball's kind of in my court of continuing to step into embracing what I need and who I am from other people, and being honest in my word. And then from there, trust will build in other people. And I think I'll just also have an easier time with my litmus test of whether someone is being honest or dishonest with me, kind of in their needs from me. So
yeah, you can also take the burden of having to know whether someone's being honest or dishonest with you off of your shoulders.
Yeah, that's true.
Because it's not your fault or your problem if they're not. It's their responsibility.
That's true.
To be honest. That reminds me of, I remember Brene Brown had this one conversation. I won't be able to pinpoint which one it was because I've listened to lots of her conversations. But there was one where she said, so often resentment stems from you not getting your own needs met and witnessing somebody else be willing to get their needs met. And so really you're like jealous of them getting their needs met because you know you're not getting yours met.
Whoa.
So she was talking about in a work environment, if you're frustrated because somebody's taking a vacation and you're like, what the fuck? It's that self-righteous. I haven't taken a vacation in so long. Like, work harder. I work so hard. It's like, no, what you need is a vacation.
Yeah, exactly. 100%.
Let them go live their life and take their vacation, but you just be brave enough to take your own vacation and not get your validation out of being some sort of hard worker that never takes a break. Like, own the fact that you need a break and then take it.
Yeah.
And that's kind of reminding me of that trust issues thing that you're talking about.
Yeah. Anything else that comes to mind for you? Any other lessons? Where are you going with this?
Why did you look terrified?
Because your face looked terrified. You were like,
no, I think 2024 has taught me a lot about commitment, like being half in and half out in something, and energetically what that does to you. And
what does it do to you?
I just feel it just suspends you in the essence of uncertainty and doesn't allow you to be grounded in anything. And I think that just slowly but surely makes you uncomfortable to the point that you feel like you don't know who you are or why you're doing anything you're doing.
Yeah.
And I think it takes bravery to commit to things and to decide, no, this is something that really matters to me and I'm investing myself in it.
Yeah.
And I don't know where it'll take me. I'm scared, but I'm doing it because I feel in my gut that's the right thing. And I definitely see the value in taking your time to get there. I definitely see that because I've had enough experience with rushing the wrong thing and experiencing the fallout of that. But I will say there comes a point in time, I think, where we all can feel internally that suspended uncertainty where we know, like, okay, are we in or are we out? And I think that avoiding committing or changing your mind and saying no to something is like, I think that's like suffering for so many people. I think so many people are doing that in so many areas of their life. And 2024 has taught me a lot about sticking to my guns and committing to what I care about and putting the effort into the things that I care about, maybe without seeing the results. And still choosing to trust that process and stay committed to it and not back out of fear or say stupid things to myself to try and like help my ego through moments of discomfort. You know, it's like committing to something and then having the faith to see it through, even in times of discomfort and uncertainty of, did I do the right thing? Am I on, all of those questions that naturally come about.
Yeah. I feel like when I listen back to this episode in 2, 3, 4, 6 years, all of my things are going to be very 27.
Same.
Yeah.
But that's fine because you're 27.
That's true.
And I'm 30.
That's
and all my
true.
things are going to sound very 30.
Yeah.
We can't avoid the cringe of hindsight being 2020. We cannot avoid that cringe.
No,
we'll never
cringe
be
mountain,
able to.
baby. We on cringe mountain.
We're still on cringe mountain.
Jake, our brother, asked me, how does it feel to be at the top of cringe mountain? Just like he was being nice when our Spotify stuff came out. And I was like, bro, I'll let you know when I get up there. I'm still climbing.
I'm like on the lowest part. I'm on like, what's it, base camp at Mount Everest? I haven't even started.
I'm at base camp on Cringe Mountain.
Yeah.
We're getting ready to climb the first stint. No, I'm just kidding.
We're still gathering our basics.
We are. I think something in the last 3 months that I've learned, it's been really hard for me, and I think it's hard for a lot of women and a lot of young women, is extending one-sided loyalty to people and not kind of extending that same kindness and care to yourself first and foremost before you extend it to other people, whether it be in romantic relationships, friendships, jobs, whatever it is. That's something that's become actually a huge theme in my life with how I handle things, is kind of extending care to people that really have not earned it at all.
Yeah.
And consideration to people that have not earned it at all. And at the same time, not extending that care and consideration to myself by way of extending it to people that have not earned it.
It's betrayal.
Yeah, it's self-betrayal. And I think that in the last few months, I've really I told my therapist this morning that I feel like I am starting to look at life through a new set of eyes and just look at people through a little bit of a new set of eyes, understanding what people are capable of, what they're going to come through with, what they're never going to come through with, what you can expect from people, what you should never expect from people, and trusting what people show you early. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
About who they are and how they move through life.
Especially if you've done what you said you're working on and represented your needs.
Yeah.
And your intentions.
Yeah.
And they've shown you things that contradict what you've explained to be your needs and your intentions. And they've shown you things that shine a red flaggy light on their character. People can treat us certain ways, and if we don't draw our own boundaries, they can't read our minds, right? So if you haven't represented what your boundaries are and they're treating you in a way that you don't like, it's kind of not their fault, unless it's they're being obviously abusive or something. But I'm just speaking on normal human decency, human respect.
People definitely will
take advantage.
If you let them, like, they'll get away with, if you let them get away with things, they'll take advantage of that. You know what I mean? So all those things, I think just something that Brenda and I are constantly talking about is like, when people show you who they are, believe them. When people show you who they are, believe them. And don't have any expectation in your heart or your mind of anybody showing you anything different until they actually do. Because they're not going to until they do. So you can hold out hope on people and all this shit, but like, believe what you see and what you experience from people. And more often than not, it's early that people will show you what the fuck is up with them. So,
and also, as best as you possibly can, don't allow yourself to fall into the narrative of, but what's wrong with me if someone's not treating you well?
Yeah, very true.
There's nothing wrong with you.
Yeah.
They're just not treating you well.
Well, the only thing that is, it's not that it's wrong with you, but you are, like, I've been complicit in a lot of mistreatment that I've experienced.
Totally,
because
but their
I've allowed
mistreatment is not an actual reflection of your worth.
Yeah, true.
So don't allow yourself to fall into that lie.
Definitely learned that this year too.
That's a really hard lie to climb out of.
I'm learning that one this year too.
Yeah. It could show you a lot about what you believe about your own worth, what you honestly believe about your own worth. If you think this is the best that somebody will treat you, then that shows you where you're at with yourself.
Yeah.
But it doesn't show you the truth of your worth.
Yeah.
It shows you your opinion of yourself at that moment in time.
Agreed.
Definitely this last year has shown me my own limits at this point in my life, where my physical health will decline, my mental health will decline, my emotional health will decline if I don't do what I need to do for myself, first and foremost, before taking care of all of the responsibilities that life offers me. You know, like, I think the younger you are and the more energy you have, the more you're able to disregard your own needs and just keep on that hamster wheel of, I just got to get this done, this, whatever's in front of me, there's always something to get done. And the older you get and the more responsibilities are placed on that hamster wheel, the faster it's spinning and the less time you have to take care of yourself, and that house of cards crumbles so fast. And I am not 20 anymore. Like, I'm like creaky now. Like my body is uncomfortable. My diet seriously affects every aspect of my life. My lack of exercise seriously affects every aspect of my life. Even just not investing myself into things that feel like self-care, even like reading or hiking or yoga. And hiking and yoga aren't just about exercise for me. They're really about...
There's a spiritual component to both of them.
Yes. And neglecting all the things that feed into me so that I can take care of a bunch of responsibilities is not the way that I'm going to get ahead in life.
Yeah.
And sometimes you can convince yourself that hard work is the only way to get what you want. And hard work alone is not what's going to get you there. It's a combination of that and the willingness to commit yourself to what you're doing and do whatever's in your power that comes to your mind and to your spirit to do to further yourself along your journey. But it also has so much to do with how you treat yourself. At least longevity will have to do with that. You know, I can work really, really, really hard right now, but I'm going to get to a point, and I have gotten to points where I just have nothing left to give. And that's where all of the other components matter so much. And not having the energy to give is one thing, but it's another thing to be like, my spark is gone. You know, like my inspiration is gone.
Yeah.
My joy is gone. Those things matter to sustain you. And like you were saying to me, I haven't gotten to the point where I've built my habits well enough yet to reflect, you know, the values that I'm talking about right now. But I'm definitely well aware of the areas that need shifting. And
that's such a huge part of it, though.
Yeah.
Like, life forces you to a place. It forces your hand where you have no other choice at a certain point.
Yeah.
So as long as you understand, like, kind of what your needs are, making changes and all that stuff, it's not easy. You know what I mean? And it's not an overnight thing, but it's like, I think eventually your hand is just kind of forced. You have no other choice.
Yeah.
In a certain way.
Yeah. So realizing the actual importance of self-care and investing into
and sleep.
Your own joy. Oh my God.
She has terrible sleep, but she does not on purpose. It's not like she's like, oh, I like to stay up all night. She just is an insomniac.
I am, which is induced by
stress
and like working late and then getting into the habit of working late. And then even on the nights where I'm not working, it's like I'm used to being highly stimulated late at night. And
how's that been going actually?
Good.
Yeah.
I've been, that's the one thing I have done is
that's such a good
stop
start
working by like 9 p.m. on the nights that are really, really, really busy. But I'm not going till 9 p.m. every night, but that's the latest I'll go on nights that I have to do it. And then on other days, I do need to get better at putting my phone away still. I'm trying to get back into reading again, which I think will really help me with that because I have an actual craving once I get into it for reading. And so I am hoping that the reading will really help me, at least in the evenings, to detach from that and get me back into like a more solid schedule, get me tired and help me fall asleep and all of that.
Yeah. Yeah,
and
I think
make
that's
me
great.
feel like I'm expanding my brain.
I think that's great. I feel like that's your version this year of like your meditation.
It is, yeah.
Kind of. And then like I'm going to build on what I've started. And I really think that's like a critical start for you.
Yeah, it is.
It really, really feels like it for your
At the end
mental
of the
and physical
year,
health.
I got into this one phase where I read like 7 books in like 3 weeks.
I feel like the next couple of weeks you'll be a little bookworm.
I will. I already finished one today.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Damn.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
I just love reading.
Yeah. Other than that, I definitely learned how important community is, how much I crave it, how much I need people, how much I want to build my community, how much, or not how much, but how excited I am to continue to magnetize people that I feel connected to and build friendships and relationships with people that feel aligned. You know, I'm kind of at that phase where people are falling off, you know, one by one, just naturally. And it's very organic and no hard feelings or anything. But it's been nice to meet some new people this year. And I'm really hoping this next year brings community. That's something that I really want. I think both of us do.
Totally. I think not being afraid of yourself is so important. Not being afraid of the things that you care about and your passions and stuff and how other people will perceive that is such an important part of aligning yourself in life.
Yeah.
And I think so many of us are terrified of investing ourselves into what we crave or into what we're curious about or what we're passionate about.
Yeah.
For whatever reason. There could be a million different reasons why people are uncomfortable with it, but I've seen so many people that I love this year choose to really invest themselves into a dream or a passion, and I'm seeing it work. Like, I'm seeing it work for people around me, for Kiki. Like, I'm seeing her growth, and it's just inspiring to me to see people live lives that they want to be living. Like, that's a beautiful thing to me, and I love it.
Same.
And how much can change in a year?
I know. Oh my God.
It's like you go through every day and you think nothing's happening, but so much is happening.
I know. I need to do a reflection. I need to do a journal reflection, and like a really pointed one, to write down everything, like where I was last year, where I am this year, internally, externally, all the things.
Yeah.
I feel like I'm very much so in a phase right now where I felt stuck for a while, but I think if I put pen to paper, I would actually be able to see that I'm very much so not stuck. So
yeah. I think for this coming year, for me, further investing myself into service is really important in making sure that I'm not just talking about it, but having that in-person time to connect with others and like reinvigorate my passion for all of the things that I care about and my passion for people and humanity.
Word. Me too. Well, I think it's going to be a good next year.
Me too. We have so many things we're excited about. I never thought I would be somebody who's like, can't tell you.
I have so many things I'm excited about, but I can't tell you guys. I turned 28 on Sunday.
Oh yeah, woo! What are you happy to say goodbye to in 27?
Self-doubt. Self-hatred. Just kidding. Depression.
Really?
No, dead ass.
Yeah.
I'm being tongue-in-cheek, but I'm actually serious.
Yeah.
Depression.
Goodbye
self-loathing.
depression. Adios self-loathing.
Shitty people that don't see my worth.
Oh my God, she's so careful with it.
She's a fucking podcast dog, bro. No.
If you didn't see, my dog just climbed through like 100 different wires to get over to us, and she knew.
Listen, you guys, I'm
not
enjoying
to trip any of them.
I'm enjoying the collagen in my face and my perky boobs, but other than that, I'm excited to keep getting older and happier and wiser. Okay, I don't need any of this young bullshit. Like it's driven
I know,
me
we're
to
very
insanity.
pro-aging over here.
It's driven me to insanity.
We're very pro-aging. We like our red light masks.
Absolutely.
To help with our skincare routines, but we are pro-aging on the spirit. The spirit's aging is a gorgeous thing.
Joy. You'd have to pay me to go back 10 years.
You couldn't pay me to go back 10 years. You couldn't.
There's a dollar, but there's like 8 or 9 zeros after. There's a dollar amount with, I mean, it might be in like the $100 million range.
I really don't think I would or could.
Yeah. Going through
so many lessons have been learned. I'm so glad they were learned. They're in the past. Let's move forward.
But cut me the check though, and we could talk.
No.
I'm just kidding. You guys, up until I started sports betting like 6 months ago, I always thought that I had all these like desires if people would be like, what's your what is
up until I started sports betting, why did it sound like you were either going into an infomercial or like
I wish I was,
or you were talking about like relieving yourself from some sort of addiction or something?
No, I'm not addicted. Okay, it's fun, but I'm not addicted. And I wish DraftKings was.
That's what they all say.
I'm addicted to winning money. That's the whole point. That would be the addiction.
Literally.
Okay, just quickly. Up until 6 months ago, I would have thought that my like desire. If someone said like, if you could have one magic power, what would it be? Now it's that I could go in the future so I could see what bets would hit.
Everybody would do that.
So that I could win.
Everybody would do that.
That's my only dream in life.
Literally everybody would do that.
To be able to time travel 3 hours ahead to the end of a football game.
Like, but you're talking about small bets. You're like, I wanted to win that $35. No, like imagine the lottery. You could win like a billy.
There's not a. It's no mistake that I want this to be my superpower.
You're thinking too small. Is all I'm saying.
I'm a Capricorn, baby. I love money. I'm trying to win money here.
I'm an Aquarius. I don't think I love money. I love tools that can be used for good. So if we can consider money one of those, then I love money too.
Where are my Capricorns at?
Capricorns love money.
I love money. Boop. I love shopping.
You have really good self-control though with shopping.
Yeah, I do. Because I don't like being in debt. Capricorns are also all about, I don't have enough money to shop. I need to win the lottery. I'm telling you, I need to keep hitting on my bets. And then I won't have, your tits look huge.
I love money, but I hate being in debt.
It's true. So, like, I don't want to be in credit card debt. So I haven't been shopping for like the last year because I just haven't been able to afford it. But I'm off that shit. Bring me my money. Run me my money.
Well, if anybody didn't like this episode, I highly apologize.
Well, we were just hanging out together, you guys. And not everything has to be like an infomercial. Okay. And I can't.
Well, hopefully nothing we do is like an infomercial.
Everything can't be informative. Sometimes you have to just, it's been a long day at work. Sometimes you just need to sit on the couch with me, guys.
Yeah, we needed to shoot the shit today.
We needed
to sit in gratitude for everybody who's chilled with us this year.
Yeah, what the heck?
Reflect on all the hard work we've done, okay? We've come a long way, sister. We've tried really hard.
So upsetting.
Come on, hit me. No, it's your turn to return the favor.
I don't like that. It's like kind of abrupt. It feels like you're hitting a wall or something.
We've done a lot this year.
We have.
Okay? We've tried very hard. We've followed our hearts.
We have.
We've tapped into different parts of ourselves that we haven't really had the chance to in the past, and we're learning a ton. There's so much to learn, and we're here for it.
We are.
One day at a time, babe.
One day at a time, babe.
2025, here we come. Holy shit.
2025.
It sounds so futuristic. Because I almost can't get it out because it sounds like futuristic. I saw this thing the other day that was like, if you had a kid right now in 2025.
Ew, they're going to be born in 2025.
It would be graduating high school in, I think it was like 2043.
That's so embarrassing.
Oh my God.
That's so embarrassing.
You're not allowed to graduate in 2043.
Well, here's the thing is we're not having kids this year, so that means they're going to be graduating in like 2048. That's so embarrassing.
They're going to be graduating when I'm like 80.
They're so embarrassing. My kids are already embarrassing me because they're graduating in 2048.
I graduated in 2012. Does anybody listening think that's cringy? They might.
No, everyone that's listening was born in the 1900s. Nobody was born past the 1900s that's listening to us.
If you are listening and you were born
in the 2000s,
past the 1900s,
so
no, I wasn't going to say that. I was going to say, please declare yourself. I actually would be so, I feel that would really up our cool appeal level.
How old would they have to be? 24?
Yes, it's 2024. That's young.
Are you guys out there?
You were barely born in the 1900s.
Don't even start with me. Everyone tries to take away my millennial card. They try to take away my 1900s card.
That's because every time I pick up the phone, you say, "Hey, queen."
I'm obsessed. I just think it's so funny to do that to her. I just think it's so funny to do that to her. I don't know. It's just so good.
You love playing both sides, though. You love playing both sides because if someone called you a millennial, you would be honestly probably your feelings would be hurt. And
I'm
you
upset.
Would all of a sudden...
People try to pull my millennial card from me. Okay, I was in a millennial by 9 days. The last day of millennial is December 31st, 1996. I was born on December 22nd, 1996. I am a millennial by blood. Look how cute Cub looks.
She always looks cute. It's my baby.
So everyone born in the 1900s say, hey.
I hope they're all in their cars saying hey right now. Anyone born in the 2000s, I'm not a hater like my sister, okay?
No, I'm not. I think that'd be pretty tight if we had 24-year-olds listening to us.
Me too.
I don't know.
We need the 24-year-olds listening to this shit.
Honestly,
they're the ones that are going to be making the decisions.
That's so true. Because you guys are the next generation from us. Because I'm a millennial and you're a Gen Z.
Bro, we can't be big dogging them. We're like 2 years older than them.
I'm 9 days older than them. And I'm still big dogging them. I'm like, you're so embarrassing. Good thing I was born on this side.
Okay.
Okay.
You're stoking millennial Gen Z hate. It's fine.
We love you guys. I'm going to be 28 on Sunday. Everybody say,
you already
hey.
said that. You literally already said that.
In your car, say, hey. Just kidding. Okay, well, 2025, here we come, hoes.
Happy holidays to everybody.
Happy holidays.
We can't just say Merry Christmas because people will be celebrating lots of different holidays.
Happy Hanukkah. Hanukkah starts on Christmas.
When's Kwanzaa?
Merry Christmas. Kwanzaa coming up December 26th. I think it's December 26th every year. I think it's the day after Christmas Kwanzaa starts.
Oh. There are lots of
whatever
holidays.
You celebrate. I love whatever you celebrate. I don't care.
Or if you don't celebrate. I also genuinely don't care about that either. I would love whatever makes you happy.
My only encouragement is this. Celebrate life.
Yes.
Whatever it looks like for you, celebrate life. Even if it's like board games.
Do something that makes you happy. Just for the shits of it.
What the heck? This shit's all short and it's hard. Come on. Pause. Pause. Anyways, that was the Gen Z in me. That pause.
Okay. Well.
Okay.
Love you guys.
Love you guys.
See you in 2025. And also just want to let you guys know that we're taking one episode off to rest our tired, weary bones. And then we'll be back.
Tired, weary millennial bones.
Exactly. We're millennials. We're getting old.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. See you in 2025.
Okay. Love you.
I love you so much.
Love you so much.
Bye.
Bye.